Hello, and welcome to Horror Movies and Shit. I'm your host, Jim, and with me as always is
Mark,
Mark. How are you? It's been a while. We
I
sort of took a
haven't
break for the
spoken to you
holidays.
since like a year ago. Let's sort of,
Ha, ha, ha.
yeah,
What's
2026.
what's
What
new
a
in your
bunch of
world?
shit already.
What's new in your world?
Nothing. Just back to work tomorrow.
Look at this. Look at this face. Look at this face. Anyway,
So,
I
Jim, what's
had
been going on in your world apart from buying animals?
that's really it. I mean, being with the family and taking care of my cousin and doing school and
Wow,
work.
we live rock star lives.
We really do. It's because we make that Joe Rogan money now,
Well, yes, he wishes he makes the money that we do.
right? I mean, there's a little. I do. Oh, I did come into a little bit of celebrity. The movie that I recorded voiceover work for, I got on DVD and I watched it last week.
Yeah. Did you hate your voice?
No,
What? You're not
no,
a real person.
I know, I know. But it was kind of surreal. Hearing my voice come out of a film that I was watching on DVD.
Well, Jim, I'm about to be a published author, so I don't know what the fuck you're
Oh,
talking
are we going to talk about that now?
about. I don't know. Okay.
Okay, so for those of you that don't know, last year we put together, and by we I mean me, put together a charity anthology called Bizarre Splatter Patterns. It is a mix of bizarro and splatter punk um, fiction written by independent authors, and all the proceeds that we've raised for that. No, you're not in that one. All the proceeds raised for that one went to the Point Foundation, which assists LGBTQ youth and their allies with attaining higher education. We raised a total of, I believe, $274 with that first anthology. So we're doing it again. We have 12 stories, I believe, and one dishonorable mention.
Yes.
Mark, that'd be you.
But Jim, obviously, because for the last one you gave to the LGBTQ community, this
Uh-huh.
one, just to make everything even, right? You're giving this to like the what do you call them? The therapy center, the conversion centers.
No, no, this, I don't want to say the name of the charity because if things go well, we're going to be able to surprise them with a donation when I go to one of their events in February.
I was pointing at
So
myself because now I'm an independent author.
you will be,
Yeah.
because Mark will have a story in this upcoming anthology. And our buddy Tim King, one of his children will have a story in this anthology also.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, so it's pretty awesome. I'm looking forward to it. It's not a whole lot of money that we raised, but I'm pretty proud of the effort. And I cannot thank the authors that contributed last time and the authors in this one, because we have a lot of new authors.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Well, do you want to tell them the story of how I got a hold of your story?
Oh, that ass Tim King. So our friend of the podcast, Timothy King, I sent him. I just one day I'm like I'm just gonna write something down, not reread it because then I'll never like finish it. Um, but for the last book, I sent it to Tim to give it to Jim to say it's like, oh, it's another story that he wrote. You just didn't have time to send it to you because I knew Jim would hate it if I sent it to you directly,
And
and
what
he never
happened when
did.
you and what did happen when you sent it to me directly, Mark?
Well, obviously, even the contrarian
Hmm.
could not
Indeed.
even, bring yourself to say that it's not probably one of the best pieces of literature ever written in history.
I wouldn't go that far, but it
What?
is a fun story. And it is now sitting with our editor.
Hmm. You better not
So
mess with it.
she
She better not mess with it.
No, you'll be getting the edits. You have to make them.
What? So I have to reread it? Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yes, you do. Anyway,
Oh my God.
so enough about that, Mark. We talked about the charity. What's next? What do you want to talk about? What's really been on your mind, Mark?
I won't say. No.
Hello,
So
Lady Black. Lady
as
Black.
far as this podcast, I was thinking about, obviously, I kind of log the movies that I watch, and I rate them
Jocelyn.
as soon as I watch them.
Okay.
So I thought it would be interesting to quickly go back to what I've watched this year, look
Okay.
at how I rated them, and see if I still kind of feel the same way or whether time has made that a little bit different.
Okay, well, let's go.
And obviously, some of these you would have seen too, and then we'll talk about like movies we've watched recently that we haven't talked about. So I started off the year with a movie I really liked, and that was Smile 2.
Still have not seen it because I didn't care for the first one.
I thought this was better than the first one.
That's what I
Like,
keep
a lot
hearing, and I
better?
just haven't. I just haven't engaged it yet.
And just this log that I keep on, it's like out of 5 stars, which is
Yep.
kind of sucky. I'd rather have it out of 10, but this is just the way it is. So, Smile 2, I thought was really good. You could almost take the supernatural kind of element out of it, and it would still work as kind of like a black swan, successful artist kind of going crazy, right?
I'm not a fan of Black Swan, so that's not giving me any want to see the movie.
So I give this a 4 out of 5.
Okay.
And I will stick with 4 out of 5. I think
Okay.
it's still very good. I'll like whenever I think back on it.
Sure.
Then I watched Hellraiser. Jim, have you ever seen Hellraiser?
Is that the one with the guy with the pins in his head?
No, it's the guy with like the knives on his hand, one hand. Yeah.
So you're talking about the remake or the reboot, the new one?
No. So I marked this down because obviously I've seen Hellraiser a bunch of times, but
Obviously.
this is whenever they released it back in the movie theaters.
Okay.
So I just made a note of it. Obviously, it's 5 out of 5. What's weird, whenever you see it in the big screen,
Yeah.
like you don't really notice it in the small screen, is that there's lots of close-ups in the movie, which I never really kind of caught on, like watching it on the small screen, but on the big screen, it's super obvious. And it was a little kind of jarring, just to like, what? But obviously, it's still a classic. Not the best in the series, though, but an absolute classic.
Excuse me?
It's not the best in the series.
Oh, you like the sequel better?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I like Hell World the best.
That's just because your man crush Henry Cavill's in it.
You know who else is in that? The guy from The Walking Dead, the guy with the dreads, the black guy. He's in it too. Very strange. So next, I watched The Sect.
Still haven't seen it.
1991. And I swear, like I got this and The Church confused. They're both Michelle Suave movies. This was really good. This is a 3.5 out of 5 for me. I can't really remember a lot of the details, so, which will be a recurring theme probably on this list.
Yeah, well, you are old, so.
I could remember shit whenever I was like 20. So it doesn't matter. Captain America: Brave New World.
Okay.
And there's going to be some more superhero movies on this list. Again, I think we're kind of spoiled with like the really, really great superhero movies, and you judge all other superhero movies by that standard.
I don't like superhero movies generally.
And this one was very much a, kind of the spy thriller, like Winter Soldier, but nowhere near as good. Manchurian Candidate sort of thing. But it was okay. I gave it a 3.5. I might just knock that down to a 3, thinking about it. But that was my initial experience. Okay, here's going to be one that's probably going to annoy a lot of people. Nosferatu.
still have not brought myself to watch it.
This is the Eggers one, right?
Yeah.
I swear, like I still, I like, was he making like a parody? That's what I was thinking as I was watching it, because everything is so like over dramatic in it. It like it's almost like a parody,
Yeah.
to me. Now, whenever you put that side by side with like the lighthouse I think is genuinely just funny, right? The way the characters act and are written, but everyone's
Sure.
taking this so seriously. But it's so serious that it just, I don't know. 3 out of 5. I'm sure I'll just leave it at that.
Okay.
Then I watched 2023 The Coffee Table.
You know, my buddy Remy from TikTok sent me the DVD, and I still haven't watched it.
So The Coffee Table, let's see, what did I rate it first of all? 4 out of 5. That's probably close to, yeah. Like I say, it's probably a 7 out of 10 for me, but you know, we're dealing with this 5-star ratings. This very much, you know, it's not a horror movie per se at all, really, apart from a certain thing that happens,
Right.
which is kind of horrific. But this one, there's definite comedic, like really, really dark comedic elements to this too. And
Right.
again, it's kind of got like that social anxiety thing of, you know, something's happened and somebody knows about it, but it's terrible and they can't, and people are coming around and talking to him about the certain thing, which they don't know what's happened. He has to keep on kind of making excuses, and it's kind of that social horror, I guess, of having
Okay.
to talk to people. All right. Next one is Shadow in the Cloud from 2020.
Never heard of it.
This is one, Chloe, I think it's Chloe Moretz. Chloe Grace Moretz. Isn't it? Is it? This is the one where there's a gremlin on Chloe Grace Moretz, on a World War II bomber.
Okay.
And it's so much of the first half of the movie is very tense and interesting, and it's very like, especially her, she's basically stuck in one seat, like the I don't remember what you call it, where they fire the guns out of, and then it it goes kind of crazy in the second half. I gave this a 3.5, which is probably about right, I think, because it was really enjoyable, and then it kind of went like, huh? But you know, I enjoyed it for what it was.
Okay.
Next up is Lurking Fear.
Never heard of it.
It is. It's got Ashley Lawrence in it and Jeffrey Combs.
I do love Ashley Lawrence.
And interestingly enough, Alison Mackey.
Why do I know that name?
She's the one that got sent to prison for that weird cult.
Oh, that's right. Okay. Yeah.
And again, this is very much like a Lovecraftian movie. Honestly, I don't remember anything about it. I gave it 3 out of 5.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe that's fine. I don't know. I watched 1982's Blood Tide,
I don't know
which
that one.
an adventurer hunting for treasure in Greece accidentally frees a monster that forces local villagers to sacrifice virgins.
Huh.
This was an odd duck of a movie. It has James
What
Earl
would say?
Jones in it, Jose Ferreira, and Martin Cove, of all people. A beautiful Greek island location. It's the monster doesn't come out until kind of the very end. Um, I gave this. What did I give this now? 2.5. Yep, 2.5. It was kind of boring, but it was nice to look at. I was interesting to see, some of those bigger name actors being in this weird Greek monster village movie.
Okay.
Heretic, 2024.
I keep meaning to see it.
Again, Heretic very much to me is a tale of two halves. I thought the first half was pretty interesting, and then the second half kind of got a bit messy. The one thing
Sort of like Barbarian.
Yeah, well, no, not a stark difference, but
Okay.
there's definitely a thing. But they have two like Mormon girls who are spreading the word or whatever, and they go into Hugh Grant's house, and then it's like, oh, the power's gone out, so we can't open the front door, so you're stuck here. Like, that's not how doors work.
It's true.
And they don't seem to be like overly concerned at this point. Like, that's strange. I watched another movie I can't remember a lot of. 1985's Hellhole.
Never
Which
heard of
is
that one.
it's kind of like a giallo-ish sort of thing, and then a woman's attacked, but she ends up in hospital, and then there's more stuff goes on. I don't remember much about it. 2.5 out of 5. Jim.
Okay.
Ninja 3: The Domination.
Oh God.
What?
Nothing.
Well, why did you say, "Oh God"?
Just go ahead.
No.
Is this the one with the woman in it? Where
Yeah.
the woman's actually the ninja?
Yeah. Well,
Yeah, I like.
Well, she's not a ninja, right? She's an aerobics instructor, a dance instructor.
But she's possessed by a ninja.
But then she gets possessed by a ninja. And this was just fun all the way around.
I'm not gonna lie, that actress I like. I can't remember her name off the top of my head, but I really like the actress on the cover.
Let's see who she is. Lucinda Dickey.
Wasn't it Michael Dudikoff or something in the first one?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
But this was just like, typical. It was probably released by Canon, I'm sure. Just over the top action, doesn't make a lot of sense. Obviously, Sho Kosugi appears at the end because he has to, because he appears in every 80s ninja movie. But 4 out of 5, definitely fun. Yeah. Not a boring time at all. I watched Predator: Killer of Killers.
Yeah, I never watched it, but I keep hearing great things about it from everybody I know.
I rated this 3.5. I probably would bump this down to 2.5, thinking back on it. There's really only kind of one story, it's kind of like an anthology of different times. And, there's a Viking one, there's a samurai one, and then there's like a World War II one where people are interacting and then the predators take them and stuff. I thought this was kind of lackluster. It didn't make a lot of sense. I think people are a lot more forgiving because it's animated. But if you made that live action, people will be going like, this doesn't make any sense whatsoever in these stories. Right. So yeah, I would bump that down a little bit. I must have been feeling super extra generous when I gave the next movie a 1.5.
That's generous for you?
For this movie, yeah.
I mean, because you're pretty lax with your rating system.
Well, no,
to be honest.
Fair.
You're not.
Anyway, this is the 2015 Martyrs remake.
Never saw it. I've seen the original, but because you
Well,
forced
first
me to
season.
watch it.
And this was everything that I feared a US remake would do with it.
But see now, the way that you feel about that remake is exactly what I was afraid of with Clown in a Cornfield, and I got exactly what I was afraid of with the movie versus what's in the book.
Yeah, we'll get there. But yeah, Martyr, like, avoid that. Obviously, watch the original. Next, we have A Halloween Feast.
Ah, yes, we had Gil on the podcast.
And I gave this a 3.5 out of 5.
Oh, nice.
Rough around the edges, but I grade everything on a curve, and it kept me interested all the way through.
Yeah.
I would have liked more backstory about why she goes like so fucking crazy. It was never
Right.
really explained. So I think that would have helped that movie. The Seasoning House.
Like as in salt and pepper? Or are we talking poultry seasoning?
Okay. This is from 2012. And
Okay.
this is a pretty grim one. It's set in like some Eastern European. I think it's supposed to be like, during like the Serbia type thing that's going, the war that went on, the genocide. So it's like that, but it doesn't ever say that.
Sure.
And it's basically where soldiers kidnap girls, bring them back to this guy's hotel, and use them as sex slaves, right?
Okay.
As prostitutes. But it really follows one of the girls that's brought in who's deaf and mute, or just deaf. All right, anyone. But she's kind of tasked with shooting up all the other girls with like drugs and stuff to keep them, sedated while things are going on. So it's got a very grim, real world human trafficking thing to it. Obviously set, war, when things can get even worse.
So are drugs the seasoning in the movie?
I think the seasoning is salt. Yeah. No, I'm not sure. I think the seasoning is just getting these girls to be, I guess, ready for whatever's going to happen. But then at the last third of the movie turns into kind of like a revenge thing, which as a narrative arc is very satisfying for the viewer, but it just like the first 2/3 were very kind of gritty, realistic, and then that last third was just a little bit too over the top. I'm like, no, this doesn't make a lot of sense. Where did we go? Okay, so I watched this and I totally thought it was something else because we had one of the people on and I wasn't able to join. Terror Tunes 4.
Joe Castro.
Which I gave a solid 3 out of 5. A lot for just that first story. I really dug that first story, and the effects were fantastic in it. Like,
let me tell you, Joe will love to hear that. And here's a funny story: is when I got a chance to talk to him. I know you couldn't join, but we actually had a really great conversation. He told me about another film that I got to see at a film festival that I traveled to last year, and that was Saint Drogo. And I got a chance to talk to the cast and crew of that film before and after the screening, because I sort of hung out with them and a few other friends all weekend. And he told us some really interesting stories. It was a lot of fun. Mark, we had Michael and Brandon and oh my God.
And the other one.
Yeah, I did. I want to say Joe, but I know that's wrong.
Well, let's move on before you embarrass yourself some more. Okay, here's going to be another probably very unpopular opinion. Final Destination Bloodlines, 2 out of 5.
I had fun watching that film. I know it was not a great film, but I had fun watching it.
Um, the opening was really good. I really enjoyed that opening, the restaurant thing.
Yeah.
The rest, then, like even for a Final Destination movie where you're not watching it for like intricate plot or anything like that,
Right.
it just didn't make a lot of sense. The like virtually all the deaths were CGI, I think.
Yeah.
Pretty much, and some of them were off screen.
Yep.
Didn't make much sense that woman would live in a house with like barbed wire and everything all around her. Like that's the stuff that would kill. I just thought it was dull. I thought the lead character was super dull and boring.
Okay.
Yeah. So we just talked about this recently. So I got a couple of crappy ones in a row. Clown in the Cornfield, 2 out of 5.
That's higher than I would have rated it.
I mean, it was competently shot, but just everything about it was pretty stupid.
It was taken from a very serious and emotional book source material and made into a YA comedy slasher, and it did not translate well.
Yep, did not enjoy that one. Okay, next up is Weapons.
I saw Weapons.
Okay, so what do you think of Weapons?
I'll be honest, it was a bit draggy in parts, but it had one of the most satisfying endings I've seen all year.
So, for the most of the movie is not a horror movie, right?
Right. It's
There's
drama.
it's like a mystery. I really enjoyed that mystery aspect of what's going on. You know, thinking is it like some sort of alien control? Is it what's happened? I like the characters. They were flawed but fun. Like real people. And then when it got to like, if you really think about kind of the reveal and all of it, again, it doesn't make a lot of sense. But I think it's just I've already been enjoying it, so I'm okay to be okay with the reveal and the ending. And of course, that's kind of when you get most of the kind of the horror parts of it.
Can we talk for a minute about Amy Madigan's performance as Aunt Gladys? She was phenomenal.
I think I liked her performance more when she wasn't acting as kind of like the concern, and she's at the school and she's talking to them.
Mm-hmm.
She just seemed a little over, and that's probably why, because she's not supposed to be an actress in the movie. She just seemed a little over the top in those. I like it when she was more kind of just telling, hey, this is what's going on. But no, I did like her performance, and that was probably I'm going to say that's a writing directing thing rather than actress thing.
And we have a spin-off coming. Aunt Gladys's backstory is getting made now.
I heard rumors that they were thinking about it, but I guess did they say it was like
it's in pre-production now?
I don't know how I feel about that.
I'm tired of backstories in general, but
I just feel like just because something's successful, then they try and like milk as much. Like if that was already in their plan, hey, we're going to do Weapons, but we also have this backstory, whether it's successful or not, whether it gets greenlit or not, we kind of have that. But it feels like a very knee jerk. It's successful, now people will be interested. Let's kind of make it like a horror franchise. It's like fucking Conjuring or whatever.
I'm not sure if that's how it happened, because I know, especially with the LGBTQIA plus community, they really loved Aunt Gladys. For whatever reason, they want her to be the next icon, like the Babadook became.
So,
and I think that
what's that got to do with anything?
Well, that's my point. If you let me finish, it's the fandom
Okay.
around that character that's driving this decision.
So the filmmakers are listening to the LBGT
No, they're just the
community
fandom for
and
Enchiladas in general.
then basing what they're making off it. Wow, you guys have a lot of sway in Hollywood. Jesus
I
Christ.
mean,
Take come on, take a chill pill there, Jim. Okay. So weapons and the next one, they kind of feel like, you know, these were
we're going to bring her back. Let's right.
Now it's the monkey.
Okay, the monkey is one of the only Osgood Perkins movies I've enjoyed.
I gave it a 3.5 out of 5.
Again, not a great movie, but so much fun to watch.
Yeah, it's a one and done for me. I would never rewatch it.
Yeah.
And I did have some problems with it, but it was good enough.
Yeah.
Sometimes that's all you need.
Yep.
Another superhero movie is Thunderbolts.
Didn't see it.
Jim, what? I thought you were all caught up in the MCU.
No.
So this was definitely a step up from Captain America. It had more interesting characters, a little bit more kind of zing to it.
Wait,
Yeah.
the Thunderbolts, is that the one with Angelina Jolie?
No. What? No, that's the Eternals.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I saw the Eternals in theaters. I did not see the Thunderbolts.
Eternals is a very strange movie.
It was awful.
There was definite things I liked about it, and but I'm not going to go into it right now. So I gave Thunderbolts 3.5.
Okay.
Next up, The Toxic Avenger.
Still haven't seen the remake.
I gave this 3.5. I'd probably take it down to a 3, thinking back on it. It was everything I kind of expected from like a bigger budget, bigger stars remake. Not that we thought we'd get a remake of this like that, but I mean, and I watched the unrated version, and it's just not a patch on the original. It's not as nasty and like darkly funny as the original.
Right.
They try to take things for a lot of it kind of more serious, which is very like I don't know why. Next up, I watched Warfare.
Never heard of it.
This is the what's his name? That's it. Will Poulter. It's the Alex Garland co-directed, and I'm a huge fan of Alex Garland. This is the one where, again, it's kind of like a Black Hawk Down sort of situation where once it gets kind of going, it's really good, but it takes like 30 minutes for anything to happen. And I know they're trying to build some suspense about, oh, there's people over here and we're looking, and I don't know. It just seemed to drag on at the start. Okay, Dangerous Animals.
Oh yeah, I've seen it.
2.5 out of 5.
Why?
Why?
Yes, why?
It wasn't very good. The lead actress wasn't very good. The setup wasn't very good. How nobody knows he's doing this is beyond bizarre. Because he's taking these people who are on like vacation out to do this, and they're going to be posting about this in social media and everything else. Hey, we're going to be going on this frigging shark tour, and hey, we're going to take pictures and send pictures. But hey, nobody knows who he is, and what doesn't make any sense. Jay Courtney, I think was good in it, but he was just a little bit too mustache twirling bad guy in it to be taken seriously.
Oh, see, I didn't take any of it seriously. I went into it thinking it was going to be funny, and I wasn't disappointed.
So the characters take it seriously, right?
Yeah, but just because they're pretending to take it seriously doesn't mean you have to watch it with a serious lens.
Well, do you think that the filmmaker wanted to make it kind of goofy?
I
Is that
don't
what you're
care.
saying?
That's how I took it. Yes.
Well, that didn't work for me at all.
That's fair.
I didn't see it like that at all. Anyway, another superhero movie, Jim.
Yeah.
You enjoying this?
So much.
Superman,
I've seen it.
and
I'll be honest, that is the Superman movie I would watch
why so?
because it's not dark, it's not brooding, it is light and it is hopeful.
I kind of disagree with you. When your main character, and I think I probably talked about this at the time, and I know there's probably um, reasons why making a good Superman movie is difficult because he is kind of overpowered. But they made him so fucking weak in this. It was just like he didn't really save anybody. He just had to be saved all the time. Like that's a weird angle to take. Yep.
I didn't see it like that. I saw it more as though he was still learning and not fully in control of everything. But
No, but this has set him up like he's been doing this for a while now.
yeah, it has. It did. But I think it also made him a little more human than the previous movies because
I, I
you see him battling with not thinking he's good enough.
see.
And while I agree that it is a strange take for Superman, I actually enjoyed it.
I mean, there was things I enjoyed about it, but I think that
Yeah,
main
of course.
character line that they took. I mean, he even like at the start, he's fighting the guy, that's the Lex Luthor controlled guy, and he gets beat up, and he gets saved by the dog. He's dragged back. He never kind of rushes back to see what that guy's doing, like to
Right.
try and help. And then he's having an interview with Lois, and the Green Lantern's fighting. They're fighting that big monster out there, and
Yeah.
he's like, "Oh, they got it." I'm sorry, it just doesn't feel like Superman to me. Like
That's
that.
fair. I can see that, but for not really a huge fan of superheroes and comic books and all that sort of thing, I didn't mind it.
And I'm a big fan of James Gunn, but I mean, there's things like when that big kind of monster, the big kaiju thing, is roaming around, and there's like this little like 8-year-old girl just standing there, and it's about to stand on her. I'm like, number one, where's your parents? Number
Right.
two, why do you not see this like 80-foot tall creature that's really close to you? Why are you just standing out in the open waiting to get stood on? Like, I don't know, stupid.
I can give you the answer to that, Mark.
Huh?
I can give you the answer to that.
Okay, what's the answer?
It was in the script.
Yeah, that's why you need to have a good script. The Fetus, Jim.
I was not the right audience for this film.
I love how you change your mind whenever it's like somebody we've interviewed. Like if this was somebody would never interview, you'd be like, I hate this, it's fucking terrible.
So let me just say, I didn't see the horror, I didn't see the comedy. And to be honest, I don't think Bill Moseley did a great job.
I thought he did.
I
I really
I
liked
thought
his
his
performance in
his character was very odd,
it.
um, going from I don't know, like he is supposedly gets his eyesight back before they um, get back to the cabin when Lauren Laverna's character is pregnant, but
Mm-hmm.
he's pretending and he's doing just fine up until dinner, and then for some reason he starts behaving weirdly. Like it didn't make sense to me. And I'll be perfectly honest. I think Joe Lamb did. I'm very happy for Joe Lamb and all the success he's seeing, but I didn't think it was funny at all.
I thought the comedy kind of came and went from it. Right, it was in like little spurts here and there, which is fine.
Hmm.
I do think that the script or the story needed like another couple of rewrites just to make some things a little bit clearer or to make character motivations a little bit better.
Yep.
But again, grading on a curve, low budget, um, 3.5 out of 5. Another superhero movie, Jim. Fantastic Four: First Steps.
Never saw it. I
Uh,
should though, because I like what's his name.
Pedro Pascal.
Yeah, I really do like him as an actor, not just because he's a zaddy.
2.5 out of 5. I swear, like this is becoming more and more common. Um, for whatever reason, you have a character that is, kind of by lore, super intelligent, right? And they tell you that in the movie, but then they make really stupid decisions.
Right.
I'm like, that just annoys me. I the there was some like weird tonal things I didn't like in it. Galactus, you know, at least he wasn't a big Cladisman. 2.5 out of 5. It should have been much better, in my opinion, with the talent there. Okay, I'm probably going. Okay, we're nearly there, Jim. Don't you worry. I'm just going to run through these next couple because we've talked about it fairly recently. Death of a Unicorn.
Yep.
Not funny enough, not scary enough, but an okay watch. Bring Her Back. Too derivative. A real step down from their previous movie, in my opinion, but still 3 out of 5.
I hated the ending. Like legitimately ruined the whole movie for me.
And they changed the ending, right?
No.
There's because I guess one of their friends killed themselves. Maybe during their filming or running process, and they were supposed, and that kind of changed their mind on how they were going to do the ending.
If that was a mistake, then I think.
Okay, so that's my up till now that we haven't talked about 2025 wrap up.
Okay. So since we last spoke, I have seen one or two movies, only one of which is coming to mind, and that's Five Nights at Freddy's 2. And just like
FNAF
the first
2?
one, yeah, FNAF 2. It was all right. It wasn't great, but it was all right.
Now, I haven't seen either one of them, but I have heard like people saying it's atrocious.
I wouldn't say it's atrocious. I mean, it's a kid-centric horror movie. What do you expect?
I know people were saying they liked the first one, but thought the second one was atrocious. So I don't
There,
know. It's just
there,
what
there are a lot of questionable plot choices in the second movie that don't make much sense.
before I forget, because I'm just I just list movies. Welcome to Derry.
Yeah, finished it. So
Um,
I do want to say thank you, Mark, for convincing me to stick with it because I did wind up enjoying it.
mhm.
Although I will say that the military aspect got ridiculously out of hand towards the end.
Well, I mean, their whole like they never really they kind of explain, oh well, if people are afraid, then they'll stay in line.
Right.
But that doesn't make, like, how are we going to implement this? It only happens every 27 years, and you don't know how far. It's like, yeah, it was very kind of like James Bond villain motivations.
Right.
So I finished it. I thought that last episode, although I really enjoyed kind of some of the visuals in it, and obviously they gave Pennywise a lot of talking and whatever to do, which is always fun, with Bill Skarsgård.
Yep.
I think they should have ended it on the episode prior.
Fair enough.
It was a weird, like, retelling of the Lord of the Rings in one episode.
Right.
Didn't make any sense to me. Like, why they would do that. I almost feel like they're sitting in the writing room and they're like, we've got this ending, right, for it, which, would be the ending of the penultimate episode, where it's just like he goes back to sleep.
Right.
And then maybe somebody's like, oh, hey, yeah, what? No, you need some sort of big finale here. You need something like,
Yeah.
big and showy.
It would have made more sense if he had just gone back to sleep.
Yeah, and like I say, I mean, there's certain aspects of the last one that I really like him, with all the kids, but even that, like, why didn't he do that in the first place?
Right.
And it's neat, and the whole thing with, I would probably discuss this, the Pennywise, like, why does he kill some kids without scaring them first? And then why does he leave some so that he can scare them so they're tastier? Like, that doesn't make any sense to me either.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay, so go ahead. What's your next one?
Oh, well, we talked about Welcome to Derry. I have seen the entire season of Stranger Things, final season.
Yes, I have not seen one episode.
First, I want to say this. There's a lot of online guff, and this is no surprise, because if you've seen anything online, you already know. There's a huge scene with Will Byers and his coming out to his friends and family.
God, why does it always have to be the gay stuff with you, Jim? Jesus Christ. It's like
But this
if
is-
every movie I'm talking about, I'm like, there's this straight couple, and they're like being totally straight, and they're trying to be straight. You'd be like, what? Why are you bringing that up? That's weird.
There's a reason I'm bringing this up, is because of all of the online vitriol around this scene, and how people are saying that, regardless of his experience, nobody today cares. We shouldn't have had to see this. Like, they're trying to give you an authentic 80s experience, and understanding that was a legitimate fear in the 1980s, was exposing yourself, especially with the AIDS crisis and all of that starting to kick up into high gear at this time. Knowing that was a legitimate fear for people, and that's what this creature is feeding on, is fear. They're giving you that authentic experience, and I don't know that it had to happen when it happened. It probably could have happened a lot sooner in the final season. But I really wish people would just shut up about it.
Well,
Like, it was a legitimate experience, and it made sense in the story. And I just wish people would shut up about it.
It's like, just in general, like, anytime there's some sort of thing that's like, people can say, oh, that's woke, like, it's just like fucking, like, brain dead people. I'm like, does this character and this story and this arc or whatever, no matter who they are, what they're doing, make sense, right?
Right.
And there's people, I don't know, and I don't know.
There are two things I will say about the ending without spoilers, right? I hate it.
Do you want to rant about it for a minute, and I'll just leave? I have to go to the bathroom anyway.
I do not like the ending. Because, did you watch the show True Blood, Mark?
Nope.
It's a True Blood ending, and I hate every minute of it.
I'm
That
gonna do
I
like
wish
I'm gonna do like a Sopranos ending.
I wish they would have left it when they killed Vecna, because
Oh, that's spoilers.
that's not a spoiler.
Okay. Well, why don't you talk about it for a minute and you can spoil it, and I'll be back in a second.
Okay, so spoiler alert. When they finally defeat Vecna, I wish they would have ended it there. I don't need the epilogue. I don't need any of the other stuff, because, well, I'm just going to say that. I don't want to ruin it for anybody that hasn't seen it yet, but that's all I needed, and I wish they would have just left it there. This whole having to wrap things up and the metaphors and all that shit, it was total fucking garbage. That's how I felt about that. Mark, how did you feel? That good, huh? Well, let's see. What else did I watch? I've been on a huge documentary kick lately. I watched a documentary about the Challenger explosion, which I witnessed firsthand as a kid. I watched something about Bernie Madoff. Obviously, true crime documentaries, because that's just how I sleep at night. What else? I feel like there's another movie that I'm forgetting. I can't stop yawning. I guess that's it for me. I don't get an opportunity to watch too much now, so I'm still here. I will be right back. I don't want to tell you what I'm doing because TikTok will ban me. So for any of our audience that is watching on TikTok, I apologize that I cannot see your comments in this live stream. I don't know why, but Restream does not show TikTok comments or likes or any of that. Anyway, Mark, I am done. I have ranted.
Whew. I agree, Jim, with whatever you said.
You haven't seen it, so you can't agree.
Okay. Did you want to talk about another movie, or did you want to?
No, that's all that I've watched recently.
Okay. So I have like a number of movies. I watched
Oh, good God.
2025's Sinners.
I don't understand the hype.
I really liked a lot of aspects about this.
Yeah, there were some good ideas in there. Yeah.
It really did feel like From Dusk Till Dawn. As far as like, the first half, or maybe even the first 2/3,
Sure.
It's not about vampires at all, right?
Not really. It's about the time period more than anything else. And
yeah, it's about God. Forgotten his name. Michael B. Jordan. By the way, Michael B. Jordan is an absolute star.
I agree.
He's
a great presence.
He's got great charisma, and I really like him in everything I've seen him. And I thought it was an interesting choice to, have twins and have him play both the twins, and I thought that was seamless.
Yep.
Beautifully shot. Really enjoyed the characters. It got a little weird with some of the musical pieces. I am not a musical fan, Jim, as you know. I thought the music was good, though. I did like the idea that music can kind of span different, time periods, right? And bring different time periods together. Once the vampire stuff started going, it felt very strange. Like, it seemed very arbitrary when they would attack and not. It seemed like they were only doing it for script's sake and for, oh, we can't kill all these characters right now, so
Right.
we'll just have them stop attacking and just back off for no reason.
Right.
And that's really my biggest hang up, is that inconsistency in the last kind of the last part of it. But overall, I mean, I did really like it. Would I watch it again? No.
Yeah. Same. I mean,
Um,
I can't even say I really liked it. I thought there was the cinematography was beautiful.
it
But
was it totally got that era like you would
yeah,
think it was.
yeah,
Um,
I agree. But I just, other than that, it was just an okay movie to me.
I think it's almost like it's greater than the sum of its parts, right? Because
Yeah.
it just feels bigger and better than maybe it was, because there's lots of small things I really enjoyed in it,
Yeah.
like scene to scene, or conversation to conversation, and I think that kind of I really like. But again, yeah, like people are saying, "Oh, best movie of the year" and stuff. Like, no, I wouldn't say that. But I still really enjoyed it. Don't get me wrong. Um, I watched Good Boy.
Haven't seen it yet.
This movie made me very sad.
Okay.
Um,
Sad
and
because of the movie, or sad because of what you thought the experience was going to be?
no, sad. Well, it just makes me sad even thinking about it, because obviously, we're both animal lovers, dog lovers,
Mhm.
and at the heart of this movie, and again, it's all shot from the dog's perspective per se, um, is, I think, a, a dog's fear of his owner dying.
Right.
And that's just very sad to me. And there's a part towards the end where the dog's trying to do something but can't. Um, but yeah, it's a very sweet movie. As far as horror, I mean, it's got some of those tropes in there, creaking doors, certain things behind. I mean, it's not a scary movie by any means, but it's just such a sweet dog, sweet story. Okay, next one. Now, this was an interesting one, Jim. I think this was from Norway, Norwegian, but I think it was filmed elsewhere. It's The Ugly Stepdaughter, or
The
Stepsister.
Ugly
Sorry.
Stepsister. I hated that fucking movie.
Why?
It was so boring. It was
Now,
just boring.
I, I, it's weird because this was kind of marketed, as far as I saw. Maybe you saw something different, as like a pretty graphic sort of body horror,
Right.
which
Exactly.
it is not at all.
No.
Not at all. I thought this was kind of a really interesting, and I loved the way it was shot, um, and acted. Like the
Mhm.
main girl, I thought she was just captivating in it. Um, Dark fairy tale, right? I mean, it's just a retelling of Cinderella,
Right.
but kind of done in the as a reflection of today's standards about beauty, right? And about how people will mutilate themselves to Jim.
Yep. I'm here.
Okay. How people will mutilate themselves to, become famous, or,
Right.
win a certain thing. And there's kind of that sad aspect of, like, the main girl, Elvira, I think her name was,
I think so.
um, that all these other women are interested in this prince, who is just an awful person. He knows, like, he can just do what he wants, and it's just horrible. But she kind of fell in love with him through his poetry. But everyone else is kind of there just to, like, marry him for his money.
Right.
And then I think there was that spiraling thing again, kind of like Black Swan, of just obsession, right? And I must do this now, and I must, it's almost went from love to, like I say, obsession. Um, Taken through the lens of what it is, I really enjoyed it. I thought it was super interesting all the way through. I thought it had some good lessons to take away from it, from that original story. And then, yeah, I mean, there's no redeemable characters apart from her sister,
Right.
who's kind of the voice of reason through it all, which I thought was an interesting take. But again, I guess the director, this is her first movie, like full movie,
Okay.
and I thought it just looked great. And they did some really interesting camera movements in it, and I really, 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 really didn't think it would work when I first heard it, but having kind of that trance electronica music mixed with separate scenes of more classical music,
Right.
even though it's a time period movie, really worked for me.
I'm glad it did.
Yep. I watched 2025's mockumentary Strange Harvest.
Haven't seen it.
So this is done by one of the Vicious brothers, one of the directors of Grave Encounters.
Mm-hmm.
And this is very much like a Poughkeepsie Tapes. If you've seen Poughkeepsie Tapes.
A long time ago, but I don't remember anything about it.
But it's very much, again, it's done even slicker. Done very much like one of the true crime documentaries you'd find on like Netflix or whatever, right? You have like the detectives talking, and then you have like some footage and whatever. And it's about this serial killer who killed, it's just really going through that whole crime, true life documentary style. This was really good. One of the detectives, a woman detective, I'm sorry, but she was not a good actress in this, or maybe they just gave her really bad lines. She just seemed over the top. They didn't have an awful lot on screen, which makes sense as far as like the killings. They had some parts which were pretty good or effective.
Sure.
But the whole reasoning behind why this person was killing people, they kind of eke it out towards the end. It's going towards cosmic horror. It fell a little flat at the end to me.
Okay.
I mean, I do like found footage, and I do like good mockumentaries. So if you like that sort of stuff, definitely watch it. See, I've watched a lot of movies, Jim.
You have?
Okay, next one is the Canadian movie Red Rooms.
Never heard of it.
What's a red room, Jim?
No idea.
So a red room is kind of the dark web thing of having somebody torture on camera for people to pay, right? Kind of like a snuff movie, but dark web, online, people paying, whatever. So this was very interesting until a certain point. So the setup is it's like a courtroom drama for the first maybe 15, 20 minutes, where they have the killer or accused killer, and they have like the defense talking and the prosecutor talking about it. But there's one woman who is in kind of the spectator area, and it kind of follows her story. All the way through, you're thinking, what is her connection to this, right? Is she like a past victim that got away? Is she like is it something else? Because she's very kind of obsessed with this guy, but not in a flashy way. She's just there every day. She meets up with this other girl who is one of these, kind of the groupies of serial killers or whatever. She's adamant that this guy hasn't done anything wrong and blah 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 blah, and they kind of have this relationship. But the main girl is very very stoic all the way through. So
Mhm.
it's a lot about, and she's like a hacker. She's really good at and she's trying to figure out. It's almost like she's trying to figure out stuff in the background. She's looking up, for example, there's three girls that were killed. One of the mothers, and she's kind of looking into her background and seeing all this sort of stuff and hacking into her phone and all this sort of. So it's like, where is this going? Where is this going? Beautifully shot. I thought the main actress was really good in the role. This fell down at the end.
Okay.
She did something at some point, and like, this doesn't make a lot of sense. Like, and I looked up afterwards, like what her motivation was supposed to be,
Sure.
and it didn't make a lot of sense to me. Certainly there's a couple of parts in the movie towards the end where, okay, she's kind of, but it didn't really play out for me in the way that I wanted it to, which is a real shame. I Because everything else was so good about the movie. But yeah. Finally, actually today, I watched Companion.
I love that movie. I had so much fun.
1 out of 5.
Why?
I'm just kidding. No, I really liked it too.
Yeah, I
Um,
thought it was a lot of fun.
I the the only kind of downside for me a little bit. What movie was it? Like, because the poster already has her as like the AI robot or
Yeah.
whatever. It takes a while. It's almost like I can see people writing this down in the script and it being a good reveal, and
Yeah.
shooting the movie and saying it's good. It's a pretty good reveal. But when your marketing's already revealed it, it just feels like a bit of a waste of time at the start.
I didn't feel that. Mostly because I think it was the drama and the tension that builds in the first part of the film before the reveal is her becoming self-aware.
Well, she doesn't become self-aware.
She does. She eventually knows that something's been done to her.
No, no, she doesn't become self-aware. He tells her.
Yeah. Okay, so I not self-aware, but she finds out.
Yes.
Yeah. So to me, that was the drama and the tension from the first part of the film until it's revealed to her what's been done to her.
I mean, in a way, I didn't mind the first part of it because it's good character building to see them
Yeah.
kind of interact and stuff. But I was just okay. I'm like, I know there's going to be this reveal, and then the movie will actually kind of start, right?
Right.
And if there wasn't that marketing behind it, I wouldn't be sitting there saying, "Well, this is good and all, but let's get going with it."
Yeah,
Right?
that's fair. That I guess I can see your point there.
But that's not a fault of the filmmakers, or that's the fault of the marketing team.
Yep.
But I thought it was really the main. In fact, she was in Heretic. She was one of the girls in Heretic.
Was
The
she?
main girl. She was very good in it, and also Jack Quaid's always great.
He has the same charisma his dad did.
It's so weird that I'd watched The Boys for a long time,
Yep.
and I never put two and two together because he doesn't look like his dad.
Not really, no.
So and then I just came across. Oh, it's his son. Okay,
So
which is
I
good
did
because I wasn't sitting there thinking it's nepotism, right? He's
right.
legitimately a really good actor.
Yeah,
He's got that everyman sort of.
yeah.
persona.
Which is exactly what his dad had. He
I
was a
don't know.
likable everyman.
I think his dad was kind of more of the Hollywood kind of look and stuff. I don't know. Like he just doesn't have that whole like that Brad Pitt sort of,
Yeah, that's fair.
I think he feels very much more down to earth as an actor, and
Yeah,
I almost feel like that would be him in real life.
yeah, that's fair. So, Mark, I did forget to talk about a movie. So when you're finished, I want to talk about one more.
Okay, but Companion, I thought it was very, and can look at this and have this as a companion piece, Jim, to like Ex Machina. I don't know if you've seen Ex Machina.
Haven't. No.
Should watch Ex Machina if you like this. Both kind of centered around the same concept of a AI female robot who is either aware or becomes aware, right? And what happens after that. But at the end, it really, really became like analogous to, domestic abuse, right?
Stepford Wives.
No, I mean like domestic abuse, like a controlling man who's like, no, you're going to stay with me, right? Or you're going to tell me what I want, or I'm going to start throwing you around this room. You can't do anything to me. That's what I got from it. Like very much like a real life analogy for, battered spouse.
That's fair. I can see that.
But yeah, I thought this was a lot of fun. It didn't. I hate this now. And anytime there's anything with like AI or technology, everyone's like, "Oh, this is like Black Mirror." I'm like, okay, Jesus Christ, can you just stop? Not everything is Black Mirror.
No, this was more reminiscent of like Twilight Zone for me.
I just thought it was an interesting look at at that, right? And anyway, I really like Jack Quaid, and like when he kind of flips towards the end, I think he's very effective in that because he seems so kind of meek.
Yep.
As an actor, that's terrible to say, but or as a person, but I like that term. But yeah, I really enjoyed Companion.
Fair enough. I did too. I really liked it, and the main character I thought she was phenomenal.
Mm-hmm.
And I loved what's his name, the gay couple. He was on. I
believe that the straight couple.
No, the actor. I can't remember his name. I really liked him in What We Do in the Shadows as Guillermo. He was great.
Patrick.
Yeah, maybe.
Who I guess was named after Robert Patrick.
Maybe, I don't know.
Do you know who from Terminator 2?
Yes, I know who Robert Patrick is.
Who also ends up dressed as a cop or parading around as a cop in Terminator 2.
Yes. Anyway, so is that it?
Yep.
So we sort of alluded to this earlier, but I did see one 2025 film called The Silver Scream from our buddy Devin at Dead Prairie Productions.
Mm-hmm.
And if you've heard me talk about his movies before, his stuff is so gloriously low budget that I love every minute of it, and it's just fun to watch. So The Silver Scream is an anthology series. It's 3 short stories. The first one is about a killer snowman. The second one is about killer garden gnomes. And the third one is about a killer doll. The moral of all 3 stories is stop buying shit at yard sales.
I mean, that's not bad advice.
No. But anyway, a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it because most of his stuff, you just can tell that they're having a blast filming this stuff.
Very cool. I'll have to catch up to it.
Yep, and that's all I got, Mark.
Yeah, I think that's it for me too. Did I watch any more series? I don't think so.
Either.
Wouldn't be like me too.
Yeah, that's true. That's very true. Okay, well, if you've hung around with us this long, guys, we appreciate it. We love you guys. And we'll see you next week. Mark?
Bye-bye.